We're live. Welcome back. I still wish I could do pre-show, but I don't want to stress out my laptop. um, yeah, just gonna do some simple downtime today in the campaign. Um, yeah. Unfortunately, we are missing a Coulter and therefore a Rylek, but Rylek's feeble-minded explains the absence. Do miss him very much though. All right. Is everyone ready for the recap and to begin?
Yep. Yep.
All right. So last time on Mind and Body, the party made it back to camp, bringing the jars of brains. Soul had a good talk with her uncle and maybe learned some things, but then they learned that the captain who had told them about this mission had himself become a thrall for the mind flayers, and they were attacked. um Unfortunately, one of the people they rescued turned into a mind flayer, um and they fought off the attack, and we ended with brain, sorry. Funny how I was talking about ADHD right before the session started, because the ADHD just hit right there in the middle of a sentence. We ended the session off with Setchel plane shifting the knocked out captain to another realm, along with Rylek, who was touching the body at the time. Unfortunately, I did not think to prep a screen for that, so we're just gonna have the overall map as Setchel. What you see before you, teleporting into this realm, is a desolate landscape. There is no grass, no green things, no life as far as you can see for miles. And as you look up, there is no sun, just a gray sky as if it is eternally cloudy, but no rain. The ground under your feet is dry. And then you hear the rumble. And another one. Rhythmically. As if giant footfalls. Because your god is unlike many found in the world of matter. The god, the dead lords of the realm of shadow are massive. And do you look to where the rumbling is coming from?
Yes, I do.
The scene you see is a giant figure as tall as a mountain, who, upon the you've heard what makes up this figure. It's part of it's part of your tradition after all. But from a distance you cannot see the many, many hundreds, thousands, millions of corpses that make up the body of the murderer.
How far away is he?
Of best Your best guess, probably about 5 miles away, because he is so massive.
5 miles, which means that probably means about 5 minutes. Setchel evens out their coat, tries to gushing himself off, make sure they look nice and prim for Setchel. They bring down, they check their head for bandages, which have not been replaced since the delve. And they're just like, all right. He's coming this way. He's coming this way. It's like the first time we ever talked to him. Whew, I'm a little nervous. Can I sweat? Am I sweating? Is his body able to? Oh boy. Okay, just make sure everything's in order. Okay. Cloak good. Check. Staff set. Check. Bandages. I can replace them later. Offering. I kicked the captain. Check. Rylek. What? I look over. I see Rylek just on the other side of the captain because I accidentally took Rylek with me. Oh no.
Rylek just continues to poke absent-mindedly.
Oh no. Oh no. You should not be here. You should not be here. How are you here? Oh god, this is
Silkworm.
well, no time to panic. Hi there. How close is he?
Same distance, but you can see the head tilted, where eyes would be looking in your direction.
Setchel tries to stand as tall as they can and puff out their cloak enough to hopefully hide Rylek behind them.
Why do you come to my realm?
Well, do you prefer honesty?
There is no immediate response.
How do you respond to that anyway? All right. Well, if I'm being honest, because I thought I could. I realized I could cast a spell, given the tools I had, and I've always wanted to cast it. I assume you got the other one?
Yes.
Good. So he did get through. Well, I could wax poetic about divinity or self-discovery. I just want to see you. So,
Ambition.
hi there. My mission?
He said ambition.
Oh, ambition. I mean, I guess. Are you just gonna stay over there?
Only needed.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to talk a little louder for that.
I think that specific modulation is just very low. Because he is an entity of few words, and it is very hard to try and get that across as myself. Basically the gist of his response is like, I don't need to get closer.
I mean, fair enough. I would like you to get closer. I think Setchel just sort of like just sits down, like kicking their legs. I'll settle for what I can. Oh yeah. Actually, now that I'm here, can I ask you for some help?
Ask.
Cool. And I take the unconscious captain on the floor and try to pull him up, but I have no musculature whatsoever. So I hesitantly gesture for Rylek to pick him up for me. So our camp got attacked, and dare I ask?
Rylek isn't sure what you're trying to get across.
I turn back to Rylek. Hey, Rylek, look. Okay, I know you can't really understand me. Can you just hold this guy for a minute, please?
Mm. Mm. Like I am assuming that you kind of like sit him up and bring him over to Rylek and like gesture holding up, and Rylek's just kind of like bent over, holding it over, holding him sitting up, but not like picking him up.
Good enough, good enough. So our camp got attacked, and well, I promised my friends I want to get some answers from this man. So I was just kind of wondering if you take this person as part of yourself, do you get their knowledge?
No.
Crap. Man, I am really presumptuous. Oh, well. And I turn around and I slap the face of the captain.
I would say because he went to 0 HP, it's gonna take a lot more to wake him up.
Oh, wow, I did not think this through. I think Setchel just like is just standing there, like scratching their chin because all their plans are going out the window. Well, at least I proved it works. I look up at Rylek. Hey, Rylek.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if you'll remember this later. And I think they stand up and try and put a hand on Rylek's shoulder and point out in distance to where the standing body is. See that on the horizon?
Blinks.
Well, say hi to my dad. Yeah, I didn't know it was gonna happen. Oh, actually, hey, are you able to fix whatever's happening with her?
Healing.
You can tell from the tone of voice. Does not like the concept.
Satchel just sort of sits there because this is something they wanted to do for a while, and now they finally did it. It feels like they hit a bunch of dead ends. So
This feels like a not to like insult the injury, but it just feels like since you're already feeling dejected in the realm of shadow, it feels like the time for the optional rule in the DMG for the Shadowfell. If that's okay with you.
Ooh, yee.
I will need a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Please give me a moment. I'm just gonna roll the d20. I believe my wisdom is +6.
All right.
Okay, so that's a 10, and I'm gonna quick check.
It's DC 10, so you passed. You do not get affected by Shadowfell Despair.
Does it take a physical form?
No.
I think Setcha just kicks it at dirt.
All right. You do not have enough charges to plane shift back, correct?
No, I was going to wait for the time to pass, then re-roll to see if I do.
All right. Roll me a. Ooh. Oh, what die to make this? I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna roll a D100 to see what kind of die you should roll. Um, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 5, so 20%. 19. Roll a D4.
Okay. 3.
3 hours. You only need to spend 3 hours there.
Okay. I think I'm just like sitting there, just waiting for the clock to go by.
So essentially
And-
taking a short rest. I mean, that's basically what you're doing, right?
Yeah, I'm taking a short rest.
I'd like to cut back to the others now. Soul and Lucille. Setchel popped into somewhere. What's your reaction?
I feel like Lucille, upon seeing 3 people just out of view, Lucille kind of like, you know how when you startle a cat, they kind of like jump up and back a little bit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That is what Lucille does. She's just like, ah, oh, it's gone. Was she supposed to be gone?
I'm not sure.
And she just like looks around like she looks at this guy like, what do we do now?
I'm going to. I need to pull up the stat block. For Summer Eladrin. No Arcana proficiency, so this is at a +2. But I'm giving them advantage because they are extraplanar themselves. Ooh. I am unsure, but your friend with the staff, I doubt they would harm themselves intentionally.
I'll be back, right?
Perhaps.
Mm, she does not like the sound of that answer. And she kind of like paces around for a few minutes. And then at a loss, she'll go over to the camp of rescued prisoners and just check on everybody.
Right, yeah. And is that what you're doing for the 3 hours?
She's just doing like a check-in with everybody, like with Soul and the uncle and the prisoners or former prisoners and stuff. Yeah.
Right. Soul, what are you doing?
Uh, Soul would kind of just like, I think, look lost in thought for a bit before going to the uncle and going and asking, how did you change like that?
Well, for me, it's based on my emotions. It just sort of happens.
Hmm.
I wish I could give you more information, but unfortunately, many. I will not say that everyone has their own individual quirk, because, well, then there would be far too many. But you have to find out for yourself what yours is like. You may not even
Alright.
change at all. There are some of us who do not.
Oh fuck, that reminds me.
Hmm.
Just once this conversation is done, I want Lucille to come back and just be like, just fucking, like, point at the guys, like, Uncle, I remember, you're her uncle.
Yes.
You did. She just looks between the uncle and Soul and is just like, how are you here? Why are you here?
There was a doorway to this realm from my own, and I thought I may have mentioned it earlier in the presence of you all, but I do not mind repeating it. Unfortunately, Soul's parents and sibling were, I'm not sure if they were stolen away or if they just happened upon the doorway, but I came through once we discovered they were missing to find them. To me, it has been only a few days at most.
The family has only been missing for a few days?
Yeah. If
Oh.
Lucille is asking that, he'll say as well. There is time gets weird between our realms. For me, what was a few days happened here in years. For there are tales of individuals spending a lifetime in my realm only to come back and find that no time at all has passed. It is very strange.
Time dilation is funny like that.
Indeed.
Oh, she walks right up to this guy, holds up one of her arms, and says, I'm Lucille. What is your name?
I still forgot to roll up a name for. Hold on.
Greg. His name is Greg.
Nope. 86. You can call
How
me
about
Thamior.
Thamur. Ooh.
Thamur.
Hello. Thamur. How do you spell that?
Thmior.
Thamur. Fun.
I do go by a few names. In some of my seasons, there's not a fitting enough word in this tongue for it. Oh, you recognized the language of my home realm, and he says a word that you kind of remember from studying Sylvan. The reason he uses the Sylvan word is because there's no direct English version of it. But it's basically this kind of word that kind of means gender, but also has a more fluid connotation. That is sometimes used when an individual has a more fluid relationship with their gender.
Oh, so it's basically Sylvan for non-binding, huh?
Yeah. So in some of my seasons, I go by different names.
Okay. Is Thamur the preferred name?
Thamior is my preferred name in my spring or summer. In my
Oh.
winter or autumn, hold on, I need to roll another D100. 45. In my winter or autumn, call me Iran. That is Irann.
Hold on. Wait. So when he's in his spring and summer form, it's Thamur.
Mm-hmm.
And then how do you spell the second name?
Irann.
Irann. For winter and fall.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That's so neat. Can I look at Soul to see how she's feeling about seeing this uncle?
Soul's just kind of lost in thought still, kind of more neutral to it.
I see. Can I look at Thamur and ask him, when was the last time you saw Soul?
Like I said, it was a few days ago. They were very young. Or she was very young, correct?
Uh,
I mean,
yeah.
Okay. Just wanting to make
guess.
sure I understand.
I'm gonna look at Soul and ask her, when was the last time you saw them?
Soul kind of shrugs.
Possibly you were too young to remember.
If you only saw Soul a few days ago and she only saw you many years ago, then that doesn't really bode well for the rest of the family.
Well, luckily, elves. Our first few years are about as quick as some of the less long lived folk. However, we do eventually slow down in life.
Oh, I'm not saying in terms of aging. I'm saying in terms of what's been happening because, and she's going to look at Soul again. She's trying to figure out how much she is allowed to say without just being a total asshole and dumping all of Soul's tea in front of this guy. Soul wasn't doing too great when we ran into her. And from what we can tell, she's been having a rough time of it.
All the more reason for me to find the rest of my family.
if you come with us once Setchel and Ryla come back, if you come with us to what's it called? Deepwell?
Yes.
Yes. Well, if you come with us to Deepwell, we could ask Astra, she's kind of in charge of us for now. She can try and find your family.
I will take you up on that offer. Thank you.
I give him 2 thumbs up, mill about awkwardly, and then go over and give Soul a pat, and then go check on the fucking campers.
Thol, is there anything you want to do?
I have a question. I have kind of a question for you.
Yes.
Can you do stuff like beyond just changing the way you look?
There is some magic. I am slightly infused by the energies of the spirit realm. But I think he's gonna roll an insight check. Only +1. Okay. Come on, mouse. 12. Soul, would a 13 be enough to recognize that Soul is talking about her magic?
Yeah, which also includes how she teleported to the captain as well. Most likely, because she looked absolutely bewildered after doing it.
Your movement, your step between spaces is something something many elves of the other realms have. Both us and the elves of Shadow kept the ability from our earliest days. The magical capabilities you have, it is possible that they are similar to my abilities, just stronger. The realm of spirits is, well, spirits after all. Some mortals, from what I've heard, can't tell the difference between a god and a spirit. It's silly, there is no difference. Gods are just more powerful. In any case, I would need to investigate. I would need to see your abilities a bit further. I am no expert in magic, but my current thought would be that it is a gift of our home realm.
Well, I don't really know how to do a lot of it. Like, I've done some stuff that I've no idea how to do again.
Have you not heard stories of great mages born of the blood of dragons or gifted by the realm of shadow? It is a very familiar position many find themselves in.
So it kind of just tilts her head at that, like a bit unsure.
I am probably not the best person for this. I know very little of magic. However, if perhaps this person in charge of you, as your friend states, would be able to get you in touch with someone who could help.
I guess, yeah.
What is wrong?
I'm not really sure. Kind of. My only real experience or like memories about anywhere else is from she takes off a backpack and pulls out a very clearly worn and like messed up like notebook, just kind of from this.
Hmm. Well, if you would like, I will be looking for your both parents and sibling for my own purposes. You may come along if you wish, and hopefully you can learn about the spirit realm. I will not force you to come back. It has been a long time for you, obviously. But if you are interested to learn about my home, and if you would like to make it yours, my existence here will be to help you.
All right.
There's a smile that comes across their face, and their hair and outfit starts to get a bit darker and shift colors into now an orangey color. The hair comes back up into a shorter style, and now looking more feminine. And Iran, um, I'll be glad to help you any way I can. Sorry if the change is sudden, especially going from summer to autumn. It's going to be very sudden.
I don't really mind.
All right. Let's wait for your other friend and then see what we can do. That sound good?
Sure.
Right. Yeah, at that point, I think eventually the 3 hours come to a close, and
I do have like one more question for them
oh, yep.
for the murderer. Just to set a little scene, I think Setchel was quiet for an hour, then realize they can just ask every question they want. And so it's just been rambling about a bunch of random questions about the murderer for the last 2 hours. So like, is it possible for you to like take another form other than a person? Like you take form of a dragon, a rhino, a ball, or just like a person?
Other forms. Siblings take. Rattler. Whaler.
Oh yeah. We think you're siblings. So does that mean they're like my uncles and aunts?
Sure.
I have more family than I thought. Oh, this is being so great. Why don't we invite them too?
Whaler. Spirits. Rattler. Bones. Devourer. Blood. Me. Flesh.
I mean, I like all 4 of them, so I think that's when my staff pings and like, oh, guess we're ready to go. And as I pick up, I hesitate and I look towards the mountain.
Contact.
Hey, what?
Siblings.
Wait, are you contacting?
No, he's saying it as like a. You're not sure if it's. Oh.
I forgot the voice changer was still on. I am sorry. Thank you for catching that.
Honestly, keep doing it. Keep it on.
I am so sorry for that, chat. He's saying it. You're not sure if it's a command or a suggestion.
Okay, so he's asking slash telling me to it, not he's going to contact his own siblings.
Yeah.
Cool. And on the mention of siblings, before I cast away, I ask, hey, why am I here?
Eternal question.
No, I mean, like, me specifically. My siblings, my sister turned her sibling into me for you. Like, I don't agree with it, but I still gave you an illithid body in the city. You can possess bodies. Why am I here and not you?
Will. Mortals needed. Mortals shape everything.
Is it shape or think?
Shape.
Shape. Ooh.
Mortals shape everything.
Wow. How philosophical.
Well, I guess I'll process that later. Good talking. Can't wait to do this again. See you next time, Dad. And I smash my staff on the ground and I teleport me, Rylak, and the captain back.
All right, you teleport back.
Lucille is probably in the middle of trying to persuade people to wait because she doesn't know where Setchel and the others will reappear. She says, like, if we just give them like 10 more minutes, and then suddenly they appear. And she's like, oh, you're back!
Hey, Lucille.
Hi.
Uh,
Actually, you know what? I would. Oh no. Fuck it. You've been with us long enough. I think she considers you a friend, if not a really fucking weird one. Lucille is just gonna climb on you, Setchel, and just look you over for any injuries.
If you try and take off the hood, they will try and push you off.
No, I think your whole steez, I think, tells Lucille just like, oh, very touchy about the things covering them. So she's not gonna do that. She's just gonna try and look for blood or scratches that should not be there.
A thing you'll realize very quickly, all of Setchel's clothing and bandages have dried blood on it. They don't exactly switch out the bandages or clean the clothes a lot.
Ugh. I think Lucille will kind of just like do that grimacing face, but ultimately see you're okay. Like that's the assessment she's making right now. She's just like, you're okay. You're in your most normal state right now.
Yes.
Okay, I give you a pat on the head, climb off, and then go do the same thing to Rylak.
okay.
I kind of give like, no, I do not.
I was
worried
joking.
That's what you would say.
I was joking. Sorry.
Naughty. she kind of gives Rylak like a look and a thumbs up. It's just like, okay,
Mm.
okay. Pat on the head, and then I hop off and go get the people ready to pack up and leave.
All right, we don't need to go through the packing up and leaving process.
I don't give a fuck about the captain. He can stay. He can stay like that.
Does anyone?
Oh, I still promise questions. So
Okay.
I'm just going to take the captain with us.
Okay. All right. And yeah, we can skip back. Actually, not there. Where's the map? Level 20. Where did I? There it is. Yeah, we can just skip right on back to Deepwell. You all get to the Temple of the Guardian and meet with Theirostra. How was it?
Well, and that is an answer. It went well. Question mark.
How many were we able to save?
Fuck.
I think
I did not. What, like 7 people? No, there's more than that. Those are 7. There were 7 thralls.
Yeah, you were able to save a good amount.
Most of them.
That's good at least. What of the captain who came to us? I don't see him here. And then when
Lucille grimaces.
when the next soldier in the chain of command, I apologize, my lady, but he ended up being possessed or some such by them. And then looks at Setchel a bit nervously.
Setchel just sort of shrugs. I mean, I took him to the murderer, and the murderer didn't really do anything to answer questions. So, eh?
I think she's a level 20 cleric. She definitely has proficiency in insight.
Level 20.
Yeah.
Damn.
5 from wisdom, another 6 from proficiency. Oh, the staff, of course. The murderer unfortunately would not give you much information. He is, and I don't mean this as an insult. I mean it. He is simple in his methods and execution.
I mean, you don't need to mince words. At least you're telling me something.
We can try our best to interrogate and figure things out, but I doubt we would be able to get much through without going through less savory means.
I mean, if you don't want them, I can use them. I mean, if I don't get questions, I gesture to the brains behind me. I mean, I need parts for something.
There's Setchel probably wouldn't pick up on this, but Soul and especially Lucille being a wisdom character, and it does Lucille have proficiency in? Is it insight or perception? She has proficiency in
Both.
Okay. Yeah, Lucille especially. Theirostra is like, if you can see her being very torn, this is someone who like she would be a hero in her heyday. Lucille, you're probably guessing that it's like the reason she's not out there herself is because she's kind of needed on the back lines planning everything.
Mhm.
And that's kind of eating at her a little bit. But it's this conflict of she strange times make for strange desperate times make for strange bedfellows, but she's also like, I would never work with someone like this if we were not desperate for the help.
I kind of fuck. I kind of just like give from behind Setchel, kind of give their Astro a look, just like I know it's weird. I know it's weird. You just gotta roll with it.
I would say, as a favor to me, please do not kill him, but if he comes to death, then you may do what you will with the body.
I mean, you could have him. I'm just saying if you don't want the body, but if you don't want to give up the body either, I'm just going to take these brains to Balade.
Oh, but brains?
Oh yeah. We found a bunch of how many was it? Like 5, 6?
5.
5. We found like 5 jars of brains, and they belong to people. They're not evil. They were just sitting there, and they don't know why.
Yes, my sibling should be able to help with that.
We want to. At least I like. She like glances at Setchel. The plan was to reunite them with their bodies, or at the very least, the closest they could get. But
Well, that is a noble pursuit. We'll see what we can do to help.
if anyone can do it, it's you.
At that, you all deserve the rest. Please take it. And I think at this point she notices Rylak. She is affected by something, is she not?
Yes. We found a big squid face person, and it cast a spell, and she's just a little dumb now.
I will take her. I have healing capabilities. I'll be able to help her.
Thank you. And I'm sorry I keep delivering this news piecemeal, but I assume just like as we keep going with this conversation, Lucille's just delivering the rest of the report. And she mentions that like, this person, and I just like gesture at Samuel or Iran.
Yeah.
Whichever season they're in now.
I would say in spring, so Thamior right now.
Okay. Samuel Samuel is looking for people, and I know you must be very busy and have lots of things on your plate, but if you could maybe help them find whoever they're looking for, it would be very appreciated.
Well, to clarify, High Priestess, you notice that they roster kind of like smirks a bit at him acknowledging her title, just as like, it's nice to be recognized. Like, it's not an ego, it's just like, it's nice to be recognized. I am the uncle of Soul, and her parents and older sibling, from my perspective a few days ago, were either taken or left the realm of spirit, and I am looking for them. I will admit that I do apologize for the trespass. I was expecting to be in and out as quick as I could be. I will still try to be as quick as I can. Theostra holds up her hand. You are not trying to destabilize the balance. You are welcome in the realm, and in the temple. I'm I'm just always cautious about such things. But sounds like you're dealing with some things very big. I understand if you cannot spare too many people to help, but anything you can spare will be greatly appreciated. I will see what I can manage. Which I hope it is not too presumptuous of me to ask if you could help out with our situation. Yeah, I can. Thank you. At that, if there's nothing else to report, please, all of you, take your time, rest yourselves. I don't want to have to make that an order.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. And I say, as you all leave the temple, that is when we officially enter downtime. Could I get all three of you to roll me a d20 just to see who we're seeing first?
It's a natural 20.
All right. So we will go in order of Lucille, Soul, Satchel. That is okay with everyone.
Fine by me.
All right. Lucille, you wanted to check on your belt, correct?
Yes, because I'm looking at these notes, and there is something about having a better belt, and the belt I have now is a placeholder.
Yes. So to because it has been a while, as the refresher is that the Magic Item Shop had a offered the services to make a Dragonhide belt from some of the Dragonhide you had. And he
Yes.
had one on hand to loan you in the meantime, since you seemed interested enough. If you go there now, the belt will be the same level of power as the one you were borrowing. However, I have reworked the mechanics that is going to take the enchanting. For the next mission, you are still going to have an uncommon level Dragonhide belt. However, this one is your own. Then after two downtimes, so you have this next mission, and then the mission after that, it will upgrade. He will have upgraded it to between those two downtimes to the rare version, which is +2, and then after that, 4 more downtimes to get the very rare, so +3.
Okay. So after 2 missions, I can upgrade my thing to rare.
Yes.
Okay, hold on, writing that down. After 2 missions, upgrade belt to rare.
And then
more... after the rare upgrade, 4.
Yes.
To get ultra rare, very rare. That's
yeah.
Okay, cool, sick. What else? I think in between the things Lucille is doing for herself, she's also going to check on Rylek just to see if she's recovering okay.
Yeah. You check on Rylek and she's passed out. But like if you check with Theirostra, it's like, yeah, it's going well. She's doing better.
I notice I am not proficient in glaives, and I've been on a glaive kick recently, so I think Lucille is just gonna get herself like a magical glaive, just because it's, useful to have magical weapons that aren't her fists. And train to get proficiency in that.
Yeah. So I know that one of the optional monk rules is so you can train and you will get proficiency. However, it will not become a monk weapon because even though there's the dedicated weapon monk feature, you cannot do that on heavy or too. You know what? Well, also screw it because a glaive is very similar to like a glaive is basically the same as a guandao, and so at that point it's like why couldn't you use a glaive as a monk weapon? Yeah, you can get
It's
training in
basically a
glaives.
heavier spear.
Yeah, you can get training in glaives. That's a downtime thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't need to get proficiency right this second. It's because it would feel a bit unfair, but until like maybe like in the next downtime I could like complete that training to get proficiency.
All right. I mean, like training would take a single downtime. Feel free.
Okay, sure. Fuck. Glaive. How much would it take to buy a +1 glaive?
Ooh, +1 glaive. +1 is uncommon. Let me look up the guide that was here.
I'll even fucking be nitpicky and be like, if I can just buy a normal glaive and pay someone to make it a +1 weapon, I will also do that.
R 1d6 500 for the one you can find. 500 gold
Okay. For just a normal glaive?
for +1.
Oh, okay, sick. Fuck yeah. I will do that. I will spend 50 platinum for that.
All right.
And I'm just gonna fucking train with the glaive. Get like a bunch of dummies and just beat the shit out of them.
Yeah. You do learn from Quarian, who uses a halberd, so it's a similar enough weapon. Like you learn like edge alignment, kind of how to use the reach of a polearm and all that.
Ooh. And I don't naturally have proficiency on me, but it's just like for later, if
Yeah.
you can adjust that, that's totally chill.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I can just do that myself. Sweet. Okay, I did it. And that's me. I don't really have anything else.
All right. Moving on to Soul. Knowing Soul as a character, I'm assuming you don't have anything planned, Golden. Is that correct?
I have something planned, but I think I would need to talk with you a bit out of game to
Well,
really get it.
Yeah, I'm meaning
Going,
planned. I'm meaning planned for the downtime.
Kind of. Outside of her actually talking with the high priestess, because I don't think she has ever really interacted. She's just kind of been there and like all that. That's about it for her downtime.
All right, so I would say that I would say I do have a scene in mind for Soul's downtime. As you one night as you enter the inn, you see your aunt because she is in her autumn form. She is kind of calls you back into the kitchen because she's cooking something. It took me a while to get these ingredients. It's very hard down here, but I was hoping I could show you some dishes from my home.
All right.
Would you like to help at all, or?
Sure.
All right. Is Soul proficient with the cooking utensils? Or yeah, I think that's what the tool is called.
I feel like mechanically no, story wise yes.
Yeah, we'll take story wise. You don't have to roll at that point. So yeah, you kind of follow her instructions as she's making this dish. And Soul's been down in the Underdark her whole life, correct?
Yep.
Has she ever had meat from the surface? So, like, not spider meat or monster meat or stuff like that, like deer, pig, cow, stuff like that.
It would be a distant memory.
So yeah, the dish that she makes, I did not prep this ahead of time. It is it's you have a side salad that is pretty tasty. It's got like some fruit in it. It's just this interesting mix of plants, and there's a venison with it that is roasted and battered and seasoned with some herbs and spices, and it tastes good. It tastes more flavorful than anything you've had down here, which is a lot more practical, and just make it as good as we can, versus this is something that is made with flavor in mind.
For the sake of taste, yeah.
Yeah. And also just a case of the ingredients tasting better.
I think Soul as eating it would be like initially, because I imagine it looks different than like anything she's had, so it would be hesitant and then like kind of clearly enjoying it when eating it.
Glad you enjoy it. I would teach you the recipe, but frankly, this was very expensive to get down here. I think this type of thing would be a special treat, as long as I'm here. But I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Thank you for making it.
If we ever need to go to the surface, I'll definitely teach you it. I can probably procure the ingredients myself there.
All right.
By the way, have you thought of asking Therastra, the High Priestess, for help with magic? She's
I have, and I plan to go talk with her sometime. I think kind of maybe tomorrow or something.
well, just be careful about that. Sometimes a few days becomes 20 years.
Soul's gonna actually tilt her head at that. She's like, "How does days become years?"
I was trying to do something, because for me it's been a few days, for you it's been 20 years, but that very same idea becomes applicable to personal situations. You keep saying tomorrow, 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 and if you keep putting it off, then all of a sudden it's been weeks, months, a year since you've meant to do that thing. I'm not trying to push you, I'm just trying to warn you of the pitfalls that we all fall for.
Mm. I guess I've always just done something when told to do it, when the time to do, and when at the time to do it and all that. So I don't really get it, but I guess.
That's the thing about making your own time. It becomes harder when you're not given a instruction and a strict deadline for everything. It's something everyone struggles with, trust me.
But didn't you give me an instruction?
I gave you a suggestion. There is a difference.
Soul just kind of tilts her head again.
Oh. Your niece. These years have not been kind to you. And I think because this is a scene that could go on for a while, she just kind of spends the night talking to you and going over stuff. And I think, like, helping
I think-
Soul.
I think she would then get an idea of the kind, like, because I don't think Soul would ever explicitly state it, because I don't think she really knows how to explicitly state it.
Yeah.
But I think she would get an idea.
Yeah. And so I think she kind of spends the night kind of trying to help help with like a lot of that stuff and to kind of get you prepared for trying to get you deinstitutionalized, as it were, as best she can, because she's not experienced, but just kind of trying to help and trying to make things that may have been implicit from everyone else explicit.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And if it's okay, as we pull out from that, we can cut to Setchel.
Okay.
Setchel, what are you doing?
I think I'm in Balate's lab waiting for the operation on the brains. I think when I got there, I walked in. I'm assuming someone else brought in the brains.
Yes.
I was walking alongside them. I walked up to Balate. It's like, hey, Balate, so here's the brands I was talking about. I take out a notebook. Here's some notes I got from their testimonies and some measurements. I take out a notebook. Here's some notes on some things in the labs that kind of maybe got burned. Oh, I also got a jar, like this weird slug thing, and I put the worm on the table. I don't really know what to do with it. Do you want it?
I am not an expert in life magic or medicine or biology. At this point, you catch the scourge out of the corner of your eye, Setchel, and it is like unlike any other time you've seen it, up pressed against the glass like a kid at an aquarium, just fascinated. Just fascinated.
Do I know where it's looking?
Yeah, it's looking at the brains, but like not in a like malicious way, just like, what is this? This is so interesting.
I know, right?
Thank you for attempting to help these individuals, by the way, Satchel. I will see what I can do.
Okay.
God's the simplest solution would be the clone spell, but I need a pound. And there is the brain is a pound. I can't.
You need
this
something?
is complicated. This is very, very complicated, and I am going to need to call in so many favors for some good deeds. My sister better recognize this. She goes up to the jars. One of the simplest solutions I think I could find. Would you all mind if I went to Tinkerton instead of trying to find a biological body? And I think that's where we cut away from Bailate specifically as she starts talking to the brains. Do you have anything else you want? Any other scenes, Satchel?
Yes, I just need a quick second. Someone's calling.
All right. We could take a small break if you guys need to get water or use the restroom or something.
Fine by me.
All right.
It's all good. I think if Bailate just like leaves me in the lab, I'm just gonna sit on a chair, kick my legs, tap my fingers together for a second, and take a deep breath and cast Sending.
Who are you sending to?
My elder sister.
All right.
E. Hey, Zereth. I know it's been a bit since we talked, but the murderer wants me to talk to you?
This is the first I'm hearing about it. This spell is so limited. I'll see if I can contact you tonight. Wait. Shit. I don't know if that's 25 words or if I went over, but that's where the message cuts off.
I'm gonna cast Sending one more time. Same person.
Yeah.
Sure, we can talk tonight, but are there any other siblings in town or cousins? Or is it just me right now?
Down there, just you. Others are preparing. We are preparing. I have no idea, honestly.
Got it. Okay. So I think Setchel is just going to wait in the lab.
All right.
They're just gonna lay on a medical. They're just gonna lay on a medical table.
Yeah. I'm going to need a luck check here. First off, you remember the thing you got for the flump? For eating the flump?
Yeah.
I need to I need to double check. Oh good, it is the right page. Yeah, I'm going to need a that's not the right one. I'm gonna need a D6 roll.
Okay. That's a 6.
All right. As time passes on, you don't feel you feel fatigue, Satchel, but you don't know what it's like to be tired in the way people do. You haven't dreamed yourself. But for whatever reason, your brain or whatever keeps you moving. Because like it's this weird sensation for you the first time. It feels like you're kind of less energy is going to your whole body and your vision keeps kind of fading in and out, your head's nodding off, and eventually your vision goes black and you lose all feeling in your body. And then you wake up in your where you were made with this dragon person in front of you, scales black but not glossy, almost a kind of sickly look to them as you see your sister. All right, how in you don't sleep? How did this work?
Sister! I jump to her.
I am so surprised this freaking worked. It is good to see you too, Satchel.
Am I back home?
It is a spell that allows me to contact you through dreams. The spell you used is good for short messages. This is the best spell for longer communication. I'm glad it worked, even if I doubted it would. But yes, hello.
Hey Z. So what have I been missing while I was gone?
Oh, nothing much. We're preparing. We had a weird. Some lady came by. She was doing some stuff, learning some from us, but ended up being one of those secret keeper freaks.
Damn.
Just wanted to learn speak with dead from us, honestly.
I mean, it is a fun spell.
Oh, indeed, very fun. But yes, you attempted to tell me why you messaged me. I'm not sure I have the full story.
Oh, right. So me and my friends. Oh, I made friends, by the way.
Very good. I did not mean it for it to come out exactly like that. The tone of like, yeah, the tone of like, when the kid says, "I talked to my imaginary friend." That's what I was going for, and I hope I got that across.
Yeah. Oh man, you're gonna love meeting them. You're gonna love meeting when you come down. There's O'Seal, there's Rylak, there's Soul. Oh, I could talk about all day, but we probably don't have a lot of time.
We
So
in fact have
basically,
all night instead, but yes.
oh, in that case, do you wanna flash
Preferably
forward
get
an
to
hour?
preferably to the point, Satchel.
My apologies. So we got in a fight, and I realized I could test something I've always wanted to try, which is I found a way to just go to the murderer and talk to him.
Fascinating.
So I did.
I
know, right?
Your relationship to your sister has been weird. Her eyes shine. Like you basically told her there's no other way to phrase it. You told her, "Hey, I met God." I went to God and met him. It's like, how else is she supposed to react,
Yeah. To be honest, he's not much of a talker. And I figured
I've spoken to him a few times. He very much is not very to the point.
Anyway, a few things I learned. One, turns out I have cousins. Two, turns out trying to give him an alive body to devour and then use the brain of is not something in our purview. And three, I think I said talked so much about family. He just basically said, just talk to your siblings.
That does not sound like him. What was the context in which he said talk to your siblings?
Okay, this is me who has a very bad short-term memory. What was the context again?
Yeah, so it was like the full context to my remembrance is like he was explaining that like his form is singular, but his two sisters, the Whaler and the Rattler, are more amorphous. And so that got into the topic of his siblings And so this is like you're explaining this, and this is where, oh, Setchel, I appreciate the contact, but I think he meant to contact the Rattler and the Whaler, and perhaps the Devourer. You said you were interested in all of them, and I think he just suggested their services or their potentials.
Oh, right. I can just go to them.
I would
Oh, no, I feel silly.
say it is probably best to not do that. The Realm of Shadow is dangerous, and the Dead Lords are more so dangerous than the realm itself. I've spoken to the murderer a few times with... You do know Contact Other Plane, right?
No, I should probably learn that immediately.
Yes. By the sounds of it, it sounds like you wanted to suggest that, but then you left. Out of the table, I did want to suggest that as the murderer, and then conversation shifted.
My bad.
No, it's completely fine. I just found it funny that I could bring it up here this way.
Okay. I guess I'll just raid a library later and find a spell. Oh, did you know they don't have graveyards down here?
Really?
Yeah, no, it's all mushrooms. They just take their dead bodies and throw them under mushrooms. It's been fun. I've been having like so much fun just like going from town to town, just like digging up corpses and like reanimating them. It's like so easy down here.
Fascinating. Mushrooms. Are they the mushrooms they eat?
You know what? I never looked.
Oh.
I mean, it's mushrooms I eat.
Well, that is a clever use of materials if they use the bodies to grow the mushroom. Clever.
Yeah. Oh man, I can't wait for you and the others to get down here. It's gonna be so much fun. We're gonna see so many family members. We're gonna see so many cousins. Oh, I've been trying to prep for this whole time. I've been building up so much money. I rent out so much. I got so much money. I've been renting out a room that the leadership here gave me. I've been jumping in wells looking for coins. I should have set something up.
You are indeed a strange one.
Every time Setchel opens their mouth, I just think that they are more and more like a cryptid. Because this is cryptid behavior.
Yeah. Mir, we've been dancing around the bush of what Setchel is, I think. I don't know if we've officially revealed it. Do you mind if your sister comes out and says it for Golden and Amaya to hear?
Yeah, sure.
It is fascinating that I guess Flesh Golem would be the closest. That something such as yourself, creation out of death, would be so alive.
I mean, okay, just gonna say that. Can you just say that one more time, a little louder?
Yeah. Like it's basically like you're a Frankenstein's monster, and she's kind of like, it's fascinating that you're so alive and animated, and also part of it is like, you know, you have free will. You're making all these choices on your own. You're animated and alive and a bit insane, and it's just so kind of fascinating.
Oh god, I know what I'm gonna do. And it's like, thank you. I want to say alive. A lot of this doesn't work, and I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take off my face bandages. I mean, like, Setchel like takes off the imaginary face bandages and like shows her face, which, without going into detail, is just a bunch of scarring, various fleshes sewn together, and like 3 eyes. They gesture to like they gesture to like some of the eyes. And it's like, yeah, only like one of these works.
I didn't mean alive in the biological sense. I meant alive in the spiritual sense.
I mean, I guess, but like I'm also going for like the alive in the physical sense. I mean, look, and I pulled down my sleeve and showed like the third arm I sewed on. Yeah.
I think that's a good place to end the session.
I have. Yeah. Okay.
Hey, yo! What the fuck?
Yeah, this is a reveal. Setchel is a reborn. And
Why do you keep going into fucking cemeteries? Oh my god! I cannot wait for you to share this information with the party.
There is like one more thing I want to mention.
Yeah.
No, it's something I want to say to Caesareth.
oh yeah.
Like I think they gesture to one of the eyes not working, and it's like, man, it's like I can't get Kieta's parts to work properly right now. But check this out, and I take my third arm, and I show her on the outside of my palm is a green gem. That's the 500 gold gem I took from the I asked for in the party. It's sewn into my hand, and I put it over my dead eye, and with weak magic, it looks like it's kind of like the gem turns into a dragon eye for a second before fading away.
Whose powers? I'm writing this down.
I think this is stuff that might be good to explain off session because a lot of convoluted backstory stuff.
Oh my god! If I'm not supposed to like know this stuff or write it down, tell me to stop.
Now I just want to put the name out there right now. It's like, hey, maybe soon, Kieta's memories are still back here. Maybe you can talk to them again. Through me!
Wait. And remind me, what were Kieta's pronouns?
They, them.
Wait. Their memories are awake? That's how. This is getting more and more interesting. And yeah, that kind of wild mad scientist laugh is what we cut out on. So yeah, thank you players. This is a fun downtime session.
Thank you, DM, for running. And what, I dare ask again, the fuck? And just for the sake of my notes, how do you spell those names said in like? How do you spell Setchel's sister's name?
Oh, XI space SERATH.
Oh wait. XI.
Space or dash. SERATH.
Zisesarath. Okay, cool.
Oh no, Sereth.
Okay.
And the other one is Kieta. KEI-ETA.
Yeah.
Kieta. Huh. Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah. And for you, Mir, the mechanics on dream targeting Setchel is because of the thing we're still keeping secret. Every time a creature targets you with dream, they're going to need you roll a d6. On a 5 or 6, dream works. On anything lower, it doesn't. This is just because I believe Reborn are under like the same thing that like Warforged are, where you don't sleep and therefore don't dream. And so usually dream can't target you, but because of the thing that we have yet to reveal, Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for playing along with this. Thanks for running, man.
Thank you for running, DM. I now have something to lie awake at night thinking about.
Just be glad. This is the Setchel stuff. Just be glad you're not dealing with Suture instead of Setchel.
Oh God.
Suture?
Right.
Who's
So
Suture?
in the home game mirror runs that I am a player in, one of my characters like had a monster happen, like it got blocked out of his memory. And it was just revealed last session that it was an unholy hybrid of a Neothalid and a Remor Has, which, as an extension of itself, like created bodies that used Setchel's token.
Oh my god.
But yeah. Thank you everyone in chat for showing up. Thank you players. This is great. Good downtime session. I hope you guys enjoyed what I put together.
And fun. It was fun listening in horror, as to be expected for a horror campaign.
I loved all of it.
Can't wait to kick ass and be disturbed by even more things next time.
Maybe Setchel, maybe Mind Flayers. There is a 75-25 chance, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Then there's a hidden third option of Setchel's family.
Yeah. But that's honestly more standard necromancy stuff.
Yeah.
Alright. See you, chat.
Bye. I'm dipping out.
My
Good talking.
Yeah. See you guys next week, hopefully.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I'll check.
I'm just setting up a raid chat. Thank you for bearing with me. There we go. Took so long to set it up. There we go. Raided. Bye.